Big Head, what's happening today, man?
You already know I'm in the building. It's your boy Big Head, the Dog Doctor. Lock it in your two-way, lock it in your iPhone, lock it in your iPad. You heard me? Fuck with me.
People been hitting me up, man. What Big Head at, man? What Big Head? I said, man, let me see can I get him again.
Right.
So what been going on, man, since the last interview?
Well, look, I just been trying to get situated. You feel what I'm saying? Like trying to get everything in order to make this, internet run. You feel me? Because the internet could shake you all the way back. So I'm like, man, I'm trying to make that run, man. It's like I say, it's your boy Big Head, the Dome Doctor. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad you back. That must mean something went good or something went right.
Now that one did numbers.
Yes. I hope this one do more numbers than the last one, you heard me?
All right, man. So since our last interview, they had a riot at the Capitol with a whole bunch of Proud Boys, Trump supporters, and all that.
Right.
What's your take on that? You think it would have went down the same way if a whole bunch of black people would have ran up there?
No, I definitely know. Well, see, black people wouldn't have ran up there from number one. And, I want to say that Trump sent them people to do that. You feel me? Because, Trump always been a Trump. He wasn't a Democrat. He wasn't a Republican. But there's only two ways you can get in. Yeah. Democrat or Republican. He was a Trump. But keep in mind, he been Trump the whole time before he was president. So, when they put him in that position, they put him in that position to do just that. And he did some good, but I think that was terrible. Like how that went down, and you if that's y'all place of sorority or whatever you want to say, that's where all the politicians go, that's y'all home, then you don't let your home get infiltrated. But they had people moving the gates and stuff and letting them in too. So it was just them versus them. To be honest, I really didn't see nobody black in that whole equation. That was them versus them. And like I said, I'm sorry that went down like that, because that was a bad example for the United States of America. But that's how it went. Them versus them. They got different kinds of them. Just like they got different kinds of us, they got different kind of them. That was a true example of white on white crime.
Yeah, you
feel me?
You think white privilege had a role in it?
White privilege?
Yeah.
Didn't you hear me say they moved the gate? It don't get no more privilege than that. They moved the gate for them to get in there. That's the White House. Yeah. You can't, if you gotta have tanks, missiles, helicopters, all that to get in the White House. You seen the movie White House Down with Jamie Foxx, right? Yes. It wasn't that simple, bro. And even though that was a movie, it still wasn't that simple. You see what all they had to go through. And for some just normal people, even though they had, secret, special things going on, but they were just regular people doing that, that was their passion. So you can't knock them because that was passion. You caught up in the passion, say for instance, if that was the situation was on the other foot and that was about Alton Sterling, I might would have got caught up in the passion. Yeah. If them was the cops that was in there, or they was just in the police station by themselves, and we knew they was in there and it was a bunch of black people, and we knew that they didn't get justice for Alton Sterling like they supposed to, that's what we probably would have did. The same thing. It's passion. When you caught up in it, you caught up in it, man. So hey, they got caught up, white on white crime. You heard me?
Hey, one of your posters you did went viral. You were talking about people dropping location and waving guns in the video. Why you think that's a big role in today's society?
Say, brother, to be honest, it's crazy because that started with females.
Okay.
That was a woman thing, bro. And I hope the young generation is not following females, because they do have positive male role models like myself. You feel what I'm saying? That was a female move. They used to drop locations to fight. You feel me? And they did that until they played it out. The women got out of hand with it. They started bringing bats and, running each other over and guns. And, I watched the women drop locations and meet up and fight for years, But, I couldn't speak on that. because that was women. You know, like they was down bad. The ones I knew personally, I hit them up. I even inboxed them or whatever. And was like, you know, you a bigger woman than that. You know, don't do that. You did that for people to put you on social media and make fun out of you. Yeah. So don't do that. But you know, when it got serious and it got down to the part about people killing people wrongfully, like just pulling up, letting them go. And you know, like I witnessed that personally a few times. Like if it was heartfelt, it happened in my neighborhood, on my block, and all this, you know, constantly. So I'm like, nah, you know, that's not working. You tell somebody where you at, and show them what you got. Like bad enough, that didn't go down back in the days. Like that wasn't accepted under the old law. You didn't expose your hand. You know, you did because you didn't really want to just kill nobody. Yeah. Like, you know, it was more about protecting your block and your hood and, you know, what you accomplished. So it wasn't about, you know, going to bring it to somebody. You know, we was posted up on 16, protecting 16. We was posted up on Bryce, protecting Bryce. We was posted up on 17, protecting 17. But then once it changed to something different, once we started backstabbing each other, niggas started getting each other and all that, nah, that wasn't the part I came up in, so that was enough for me. But you know, it's fact for fact.
Like you said, innocent people might get killed. Like Honeycomb Brazy, he just lost both his grandparents. How you think?
Who?
Honeycomb Brazy.
Honeycomb Brazy. Well, my condolences go out to Honeycomb Brazy.
Yeah, they were shooting in the house, something like that, and killed both of them, something like that.
Say, bro, but two of my partners, like Lil Rel and Lil B. Yeah. Somebody swung on the block on them. You heard me? Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it was for them. I don't know who it was for. But they got hit. They lost their life. A few more people got hit. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, not too long, maybe a year later in the same spot, some more spinning come through and my little nephew get hit and some little children get hit. Like right there. Well, and my mama walked to church down the street. Mm-hmm. So she was either at church, coming from church, or on her way to church. And this happened. So she had to walk down the street and see her grandson laying there shot from, you know, somebody spinning. You know, like, man, when they steady spinning, ain't no winning when they spinning. Mm-hmm. You know, like nobody wins when that happens.
Hey, why you think in the black community it's so important to be like a real nigga, a gangster? Why you think they want to be that so bad?
Well, from number one, I think they misled on what a real nigga is, what a real gangster is, what a gangster is, and what a nigga is. Like all those got different definitions. You feel me? Like, and since you asked about real nigga, I start with that first. So, you know, like real nigga, that's two words. Some people just real, some people a nigga. So to be both, it's a combination. You know, you got to be a real supporter of your people, of your belief, of your environment, of, you know, the people that came before you, the people that come behind you. You know, you have to try to fix things. You have to right wrongs, even, you know, like you got to try to straighten out your community, all those things to be a real nigga. You got to squash stuff. You got to curb little dudes from getting in trouble. You know, you got to do all that to be a real nigga. Now, to be a nigga, all you got to do is just be black and be out there and be a part of it. Like, real niggas lead. Niggas tend to follow. So, you know, it's a difference. Now, a real gangster, that's the worst person out the bunch. Because, a gangster is worse than a real gangster. Because a real gangster, he still kind of sort of lead by example. Like I say, the real still play a part in there. He leads by example. Even though he on some gangster shit, he leading by example. And he want all his goons to make it home safe. And he want them to, you know, do more than just do gangster shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he knowing that they doing their gangster shit for a reason. You know, they believe in principles. You know, they believe in eye for eye. They believe in get back retaliation, all that, yeah. Real gangster shit. Now, a gangster? A gangster don't give a fuck, bro. Yeah. Like, I knew 2 gangsters in my life. And I don't mind telling people this. One is Bucky, Kamal German, and one is Buck, Kedrick Forbes. Unfortunately, their name was similar, but them the only 2 gangsters, you know, that I really knew because, like, them dudes ain't give a fuck about nothing. They ain't give a fuck about me. They didn't give a fuck about them. They didn't give a fuck about anything. And if they had to show their heart, they'd rather not be in the room. Because I know Bucky had love for me. I know Bucky had love for, you know, everybody that he ran with, but he couldn't show it. Like something in his heart just wouldn't let him show it. It'll just turn out to let's do something negative or, you know, stand on the business. That's what it was. Same thing with Buck. Like Buck, like he was litter than me, he was younger than me, but the whole hood knew if you needed a front man to just pop it off, just go to Buck. Cause Buck ain't give a fuck. Rest in peace, Kamal German. Bucky, rest in peace, Kedrick Forbes. Lit Buck, because that's where you have to end up when you live like that. But hey, you live by it, you die by it. And you know, like I say, them was brothers to me. But guess what? Them was the only gangsters I know. So, you know, to the young people that might see this, it's levels to that too. You know, like it's levels. So y'all just know, you know, you're a gangster, you're a real gangster, you're a nigga, you're a real nigga. You can be, you know, you can't be all of them. You know, so I just advise you to be like a real man. Like, you know, that's what it is in life. You want to be a real man. You want to grow into, you know, accomplishments. You want to grow to where you can be successful and help people, not get caught up in the system or get guided by the system or get, you know, derailed by the system. No, because the system ain't for us. So you have to say, I got to man up for my culture, what I believe in, what I've been through, the struggle, really. You heard me? You got to represent the struggle and don't turn back. You heard me? Unless you're trying to help somebody.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so Bucky, that was our brother, right? That was a real?
Definitely. And that make it sound like it's unbelievable, but it's not. Like those dudes, real brothers, and they both were legendary in their own lane. Like Bucky didn't use Ivory for juice. Ivory didn't use Bucky for juice. You feel me? Bucky was him. Bucky never tried to be all that or never claimed to say he had all this and never said he had all that. But he had all the heart that a gangster could have, and he'll roll a dice at any second. Ivory, you know, he was more. See, Bucky came before me, gave me some game, rolled with me. I mean, let me ride with him and showed me nothing but some gangster shit. But with Ivory, he came behind me, so I took everything I knew and showed Ivory so he could see some more things besides just what Bucky was showing up. Yeah. So, you know, at the same time, you know, he peeped game and he wanted to be his own boss because all the bosses liked Ivory. Like, because he was a hustler, he was solid, he didn't talk loud, you know, so all the bosses liked him. He wasn't trying to fight for the head spot. He just wanted to be, like I said, a good person, represent for his hood, help people out, you know, things like that. And that's what made him legendary. Feel me?
All right, so let's go to Trill. So what's your relationship with like Boosie and Webbie?
Well, I mean, what my relationship is, it's the same. You know, like them dudes like my brothers. Like, because we got a chance to bond because we was together when it wasn't all good. Yeah. Like, we struggled together. Like, we came up together. The only thing, like I say, I was probably in and out of jail, but, you know, they knew I was with them. They knew, you know, what it was hitting for. And, like, every time I came home, like, I was back right there in the mix. And it was kind of different because, you know, Boo was Boo, Webbie was Webbie. Like, Boo pulled me into it. Yeah. And when Webbie got into it, I was already into it. So it's like a difference. Like, and I was older. I was always big bro to Boosie and Webbie. But Boosie had his own circle because of his, you know, like he wanted to be comfortable. So he wanted people around him he could be comfortable at all times. I understood that. Yeah. But you know, like he had his own big bros and little bros and all that came with him. Now with Webbie, you know, he was more so like new to the whole situation because he was still young, you know, like 15, 16. So he was still new to the whole situation. And, you know, I think, like, I watched him become a superstar. You know what I'm saying? So it's different when you watch somebody like me and Boo, like we bumped their heads in the streets a few times, you know, but he was still lit Boo, but he wasn't lit bruh at the time because, you know, this all street. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? And like when Loke was jumping off, C-Lo, shout out to C-Lo, when he was jumping off, Lee Lucas was jumping off. Mm-hmm. Lee Lucas had Ain't No Cut Records, him and Mark, and you know, Loke had this thing going on, and you know, Loke, we used to hook up in the game room on certain days, and Loke would do his shit, letting them know what he was coming with, and we'll do our shit and let them know what we was coming with. But you know, Loke was already Loke, so he was in the head, and he was bringing that fire every time, like songs like Who Gon' Ride and you know, stuff like that. It's whatever, you know, like, and when he was doing them, we coming up with songs, but we coming up with like, you know, street songs, hustling songs, you know, like, so, you know, Lee was an inspiring person in the music business, but it's just that he got pulled out the music game because of other things. But you know, like we was doing that, they was doing that, so Boo wasn't even in the picture yet. Yeah. So, you know, like I had to go to jail a couple times because it was in and out of jail young. But then Loke had brought Boo out. Mm-hmm. And, you know, that was raw. Like the impact was so raw in the hood because Loke already had the hood locked. So it was more of an impact when Boo came with him because that was like South Side. Like Max was raw, Vaughn was raw, you know. Lee Time was raw, but like Loke put on strictly for the South, and Boo like followed up, and you know they was kind of sort of like in the bottom, and you know I'm in the top, you know I'm uptown, you know it's really just me, you know, but you know like I was just putting on, and our relationship started then really, because once Boo got the city on lock. He knew I was in the equation some way if I was free. Yeah. So, you know, he was like, man, we might as well hook up. You know, ain't no sense in us not hooking up. So that was my mission. And, you know, like, it still never really went like that. Like, that's why I don't give up. Like with me and him and Webbie and stuff like that, that's why I still be pushing for that this many years later. Because we never really did that. Like what we planned to do, you know, like how me and Boosie was gonna drop a CD called The Superheroes, Southside Superheroes was supposed to be one, and then years later we were supposed to drop The Have-Nots. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know, we wanted to do that. That's what we wanted to do, but you know, it never got around to what we wanted to do. So I'm like, hey, you know, if we still in it this many years later, let's do what we want to do.
You think it'll still be a possibility?
I don't know. I don't know if it'll still be a possibility, but like I say, I don't even really do it for if it's a possibility. Yeah. I do it because for the people who didn't get an opportunity to get that possibility. Mm-hmm. So I just try to keep that, let people know I'm with it. It's not me that's not with it. Yeah. I'm with it. I just try to let them know. And like a poster came up. Me, Boosie, Webbie, Fox, Latrell, I think, you know, like with Bulls or whatever. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I thought it was creative and they had me Rodman, Boosie was Pippen, Webbie was Jordan, Latrell was, you know, like, so I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just, it's just a picture, so I'm glad to be a part of it. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't care what you say, negative, whatever, I'm glad to be a part of it. So, hey, boom, boom, boom. But anyway, so, you know, there goes that. So then it's a situation about that. So I'm like, well, okay, cool. I'm not tripping about that. So I hit Hawk up. Yeah, I did hit Hawk up. Look, make me one of them. Mm-hmm. But I just want me, Boo, and Webbie. Because I believe we can do that. You feel me? Yeah. Like, if we don't do it, it ain't gonna happen. Mm-hmm. So, there they go. I think y'all need to put this person on. Where Fox, or, where Fat, where Shell, like, bro, I got love for them dudes. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Like I say, Fat, like my brother, rest in peace, Lil Fat. When I go see my mama, I can't see my mama without passing his grandmother, bro. And when I see my family, I see his family. We like family. Yeah. You feel me? So, Shell, like, he from that city. So, he got to do his thing in that city. But, like, it's kind of different with us and with me, Boo, and Webbie. Because, like, me, Boo, and Webbie always wanted to lead. We didn't want to take part in what was going on. We just end up taking part in it. Like, we had to accept each other. You feel what I'm saying? Like, in the beginning, we had to accept each other. Like, how you gonna accept somebody at your table when your plate ain't full? Yeah. You feel me? You like, man, you putting another plate on the table? My plate ain't full. Yeah, so that had to be accepted. But like I say, Boo pulled me in. He didn't mind. Like, it wasn't about that then. So then, there go Webbie. Yeah. Like, I'm like, open arms. Me and Boo, we open arms. So then, there comes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So now, I'm stuck between me, Boo, and Webbie, because we know what took place before everything else came upon. You feel me? So I'm stuck between them and what's everything else that's going on. So somewhere in there, my career got lost. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Like, just being honest. Like, okay, it's like, okay, this supposed to happen. Now, this with Boosie, okay, you and Boosie. It don't happen. Mm-hmm. Okay, boom. No tripping. This, you, Webbie, and Boosie. This supposed to go down. Don't happen. I ain't tripping. Boom. Now, this, you, Webbie, and Boosie again. Don't go down. Boom. I ain't tripping. So now come the next go round, it's more people and more individuals involved. So it's like, well, you know it ain't gonna go down now. Especially when you dealing with a label that's getting involved, that's getting their family involved. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying?
You think like, they play a role while you really ain't take it to the next level?
Definitely. Mm-hmm. I definitely say that play a role in it, because when you know you got somebody like me a part of what you got going on, but at the same time you know that I got my heart and my hood and my struggle, all that involved, you definitely know that plays a part in it, because I need that. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? You know I need that, but it's like, but I wanna. It's two things that played the biggest parts in it. One was me. You feel me? Like, I wasn't looking at it from a business point of view when I wasn't there. When I didn't fulfill my obligations by not being there. You feel what I'm saying? I wasn't looking at that. So half of it was my fault, because when like I say, I got out of jail, me and Boo went in the lab, next thing you know, I went back in jail. But like I say, if I would have got a bag then, I wouldn't have never went back. And after the second time, I wouldn't have never went back, because I wasn't going for nothing but hustling. Yeah. Convict a felon with a firearm and chasing that bag. Every time. Every conviction. If you look on my rap sheet, all my convictions, chasing that bag, convict a felon with a firearm. And not saying the firearm is for to protect what you accumulate, not to hurt nobody. So I think they need to change the law. because we out here in Baton Rouge, convicted felons, we can't tote that strap. We get caught with a strap, that's an automatic jolt for us. Feel me? If not too long ago I saw somebody that was finna try to either break in my car or break in my house, and I had to go stop him before he did it, because from number one, I didn't want to hurt him, and from number two, I knew I was gonna hurt myself if I did. You feel what I'm saying? Because I don't even have a right to protect myself without the consequence of getting locked up from bearing a firearm, and I'm a convicted felon when I never did nothing aggressive with a firearm to show like I used it to try to harm somebody or put fear in somebody. But let alone now that the whole city is full of fear and the cops don't even know how to control it, but they do know that they got black men that's myself that done live through it, that want to make a change for the better, but it's hard because they can't protect themselves. How I'm gonna go in the middle of the hood and try to preach to these dudes strapless with no protection? Only protection I got is God. You feel me? And that's enough. But don't get me wrong. Like, you gotta have will too. You gotta have all that in place. So I can't. They make it hard. That's hard enough. But that's just another issue on another page, on another interview, or another DVD. Because, like I say, they got black men that change for the better, that want to do right, that have been doing right, ain't been getting arrested, ain't been going to jail. And when they did, it ain't had nothing had nothing to do with trying to harm nobody or put fear in nobody. But yet and still, they ain't came up with a resolution for those men to protect themselves.
Let me tell you something, being a felon, they need to take that off the job resume and all that. Because that really will set people back automatic. Because if you go fill out for a job interview, they see a felon, they going to throw that in the trash.
Pretty much. Man. Pretty much so. And they thought they made it easier by saying 7 years. See, it's 7 years to get a good job. And it's 10 years to get it off your record. Damn. So they not looking at why it was on you. They don't give a fuck. So to all the people who copping out, thinking that they doing the right thing, keep that in mind, because they don't give a fuck what the situation was or why you got that conviction. They just looking at the conviction and saying, we don't have to hire him because of that conviction. We don't have to hire her because of that conviction. They not looking at like she stole that milk for her baby to get that conviction. They not looking at it like, he stole that milk for his son or whatever, those diapers. They not looking at it like that. They not looking at it from a struggle baby point of view. They just looking at the conviction and saying, we don't have to help you, or you got the conviction, you can't carry a firearm. But they not looking at why, because they the system. The same people who give you the convictions, the same people who give you the firearms, all that, they the system. So they looking at it by the system. They don't gotta judge you. They don't have to read how your situation was. They just look at the system and how the system works, and that's how you get played from how the system. It's not personal. Stay in school.
Alright, so another thing I seen you post before we leave. Wipe Me Down. Not Wipe Me Down, I'm sorry. Independent. That was originally your song, right?
No, it was originally Webbie's song, because it was a hook. I mean, it was a part in his song.
Oh yeah.
But when Webbie did that song, like, I wasn't around. Like, I could have been in jail when he actually did the song, because it came out on Gangsta Music. And it also came out on his first Savage Life CD. Now, I got out of jail when Gangsta Music came out. And it was hot. They had already picked up the deal with Atlantic. So it was even hotter. So Atlantic was, dropping it down. So I didn't know what was going on, but I just knew it was a lot more people involved. It wasn't no more money involved, but it was a lot more people involved, and that was cool too. Because I'm like, okay, I'm every time I'm thinking like I'm up next. Let's get it. So we working the independent thing, and I'm hyping it. Like we going state to state, city to city, and I'm hyping it. Like, but I'm noticed when I'm hyping it, the crowd hyping it. It's the hypest part of the song. INDE, and I'm like, I feel that. Now I don't know who produced that song. If Mouse produced that, what I don't know, but I'm thinking he did. But you know, that's the part that I'm ad-libbing city after city after night after night, because I'm having a wonderful time with Webbie. Like during this time is when I encountered the baddest women in my life. And when I say they did whatever I wanted them to do on the strength of this nigga, bro. Yeah. Wasn't me, cause I was the same black and ugly nigga I am today. It wasn't me. And I don't think I could get these bad bitches again with $1 million. But when I was with him on that tour there, the touring was sweet. You feel me? Now, like I say, wasn't nobody really had no bag, but he was telling niggas like, bro, if I can do a little paid gig, cause this promo, he like, if I do a little paid gig, I can shoot you something. And I'm like, well, you know what? Since they got all these niggas running up, we're gonna just rap and I'm gonna earn mine. So he'll put up the money while I rap against niggas from city to city and win. You feel me? Like once Atlantic saw that, they kind of like told me I had to stop doing that. Cause like we was deep off in the bars and the clubs, me and Webbie and Trail and Fresh, and you know, like we in like hole in the walls rap battling, man. Like Webbie, like whatever, just you know, and we leaving winning, bro. Like that became a hustle. So they was like, nah, y'all can't do that. Y'all got to get this business clear with Atlantic. So you know, we stayed on that. But about time I made it back and realized like shit, like I didn't have that bag, but I knew, you know, it was a promo run, so I really wasn't expecting that bag. But I had to have something to keep going because I had to get back on what I was doing. Like I'm like, okay, y'all got me off my pivot to go help Lil Bruh, but I wanted to do that. That's cool. I appreciated that. That was like one of the funnest times of my life. But I got to get back on this CD so I can get it done. So when my turn come, I can be ready. But I need this single. So I'm like, I got it now. So I bring it to the table. And when I bring it to the table, it didn't come right back to me. It didn't come back at all. And the next time I heard it, they had then recorded it. But yeah, I brought it to the table. So I'm gonna say what I assumed happened, because I don't want to rub nobody the wrong way or make them think I'm contradicting what I say. But I want to say I told T. Now I didn't tell Boosie, I didn't tell Webbie, because you know they had their own situation. They was already in motion, so I didn't have to tell them what my plan was, because I wanted it to work. So I told T and Mouse. I was instructed. I definitely wanted to tell Mouse. I want to say I told BJ too, because I wanted it back as soon as possible. I just wanted to, you know, all I needed was that on the beat, and I had it from there. But it never came back to me like that. So what I assume happened is, by it being a project, and we put all the projects on the table. Same thing with Wipe Me Down. All projects go on the table, man. It's Trill Entertainment. It is not for you. It's not for you. It's not for you. It's for Trill. Yeah. So all the projects go on the table, and whichever way the wind blow or however it go, in the best interest of the business and the label, that's how business go. So it didn't blow my way. Like, it didn't fit my caliber. You know, it didn't. I guess that's what they thought. Like, this ain't the look we want for you. But it's a good idea. Yeah. You know, we driving the ship. We invested in you. So you can't just say what's the best look for you. But, you know, it's good looking out. So, you know, they took it and they went another way with it. But that's how it came upon. Like, what nobody else finna go back and do that. Like, not to my knowledge now. The part about she got her own house, she got her own car, 2 jobs, work hard, you a bad broad. Nah, I had nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that. I didn't ask for that. I didn't know about that. And when I talked to Be Real, shout out to Be Real, because Shell ran out there like I was capping. Yeah. Because he looking at it from another point of view. But like I say, I'm part of the first 3 rings. It's the difference. You know, we not looking at it from the same angle. He looking at it from an inspiring young artist that know when he get his turn, he gonna blow. I'm looking at it from somebody that look like that they done got skipped over. So we looking at it from 2 different angles. So he thought I was capping. So he run out there like, nah, that ain't how it happened. No, Shell, only thing you know is what they tell you. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm helping build this shit. I'm not just a part of this shit. I'm helping build this shit. That's proof. I'm helping build this. You know, like, you might want to be a part of this, but like I'm helping build this. Like T and Mel, them was like my brothers, my nigga. Like, we had a relationship, but we had a brotherly relationship. Now, we all come from the streets. So how I'm expecting them dudes to get everything right? I knew them dudes was from the streets. I knew their situation before I met them through the streets, and they knew mine. So we had a different relationship than everybody else. And they also knew that my background was the slums. They knew I ain't had shit. Yeah. You know? Like, so, you know, it's like, okay, cool. It's a different way. We gonna handle you from the way we gonna handle everybody else, because, you know, they did their homework. I can't knock them for that.
Hey, you still got a relationship with them? Milton T?
No. But, you know, if I see them, I don't got no problem with them. I still appreciate what they did. You here now because of what they did. Mm-hmm. You know, like my Instagram and all that. I know I built that up my own self. But without that, I'd have been just like all the other little people trying to get exposure. And at this point in my career, it would have been too late. Yeah. So I'm still grateful, and I still appreciate what they did. Shout out to Turk and Mel in 2021, because without what they did for me, it wouldn't have been no this. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? Like I can't speak for nobody else. I can just speak for me, a nigga from the streets. From, you know, I didn't have nobody to turn to or nothing like that. It was just that situation. So, you know, I appreciated what did come out of it, because like I say, it still benefited me in 2021. You feel me? Like, I'm doing gooder now than I did then. So, you know, it's all gravy. Like, but if I see him, I speak to him, and guess what? If I got a check from him, we'll get back to work. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? We'll get right back to work.
So the problem ain't that deep. Well, y'all can talk it out.
Man, it ain't no problem.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's just bad business. Mm-hmm. You got to understand that from a business point of view. If you want to be a businessman, you got to accept bad business too. And that's how I was looking at it. Like, bro, that was just bad business. Like, it was, I put the streets and your heart and your realness on it when you was telling me it's not about that. Yeah. It's about business. Learn the business side, because if you don't, you play yourself. We don't play you. Mm-hmm. You know how situations went from Rockefeller to No Limit to Cash Money to, you know, whatever other label you knew how it go. So Big Head is no excuse. You sign that motherfucking dotted line, and we know you know better, then you got to go for it just like everybody else. Yep. And that's how they went.
All right, man, let's go on and wrap it up. What you got planned coming out this year?
Man, look, one thing I know for sure I got planned. I'm working on a project. I got this new artist. He has his own situation going on, but I'm helping him, you know, revolve in the rap game. His name is King Suge. You know, we working on his project. He have his CD coming out. It's called No Fucks Given. He has his brand coming out. It's called No Fucks Given. You heard me? And, you know, like I said, I'm working with him. We're getting this project done. We're going to be promoting it. We're going to be doing this, like, you know, all till all the beginning of the year, almost. Hopefully, we build it up in the beginning of the year, and then we, you know, we tear it up for the ending of the year, and it all come back. And, you know, I'm working with him. You know, I'm working with my management team. You know what I'm saying? Boss Action. That's Wave Management for Business. You know what I'm saying? Like, he getting more involved into it. Trail, shout out to Trail, part of Wave Management Business. He getting more into it. And, you know, we just trying to really capitalize, because I don't have long to start giving back. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I need to start helping build up the community some kind of way. But like I say, from number one, I can't just run out there if I don't got the resources to help, you know? So I just been trying to, you know, lay low, make it work, look out for who I can, you know, look out for my family. You heard me? My 4 children. I don't know if you can see these pictures, but they're my children. You know, I got them, you know, that's my inspiration in 2021, because I don't want to be like how my father was, you know, and I didn't have a father. I didn't have a grandfather. You know, my brothers wasn't there, you know, so I want to be, like I say, you got to be a real man. So I'm trying to just man up, be a real man, and, you know, take care of everything else. I've been through the streets. I've been through jail. I've been through the struggle. You know what I'm saying? I've been through the rap game. With those 4 things, you got icon. Because, like, people don't really make it through all those things, you know? So I feel like just with that being alone, like, that's gonna help me in the future. And like I say, I could still, you can give me your best rapper on my worst day and I still beat him. You know, like, give us a beat, give us the same beat and the same opportunity. And there it is. That's all I ever asked was the opportunity. Now I feel like I gotta take it. Yeah. Hopefully I don't be too late, because like I say, when they turn the mic on, I'ma still do it to them. But I'm gonna do what I need to do to get to that point. So hopefully I won't be too late, because I'm still trying to make it. I'm still doing it for my fans. I'm still trying to pull it off in the rap game, because I know if I get my proper play. Man, I seen a list where they had rappers, they said the only rappers to go diamond. I felt like, man, I should have been on that list. And I'm looking at the Go Diamond list. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, bro, like, I don't understand. I don't know if I should have stayed in Detroit, because I didn't have an option. Like, I had to come. You know, I don't know if that was where I went wrong at, because I might would have got the right push there. But I'm like, shit, I'm from Baton Rouge, man. They got to accept that. Like, people from Baton Rouge need to accept, yeah, I was born in Detroit, but you can support me like I'm from Baton Rouge, because I came to Baton Rouge when I was 9, man. That's all I know. You know, like, I represent Baton Rouge, man. I don't represent nothing else. You know, I'm a product of Detroit. Yeah, all that's cool, yeah, but I represent Baton Rouge, man. Like, I'm trying to take BR to that level. I ain't trying to get to that level and leave BR. No, I'm trying to take BR to that level, man. That's why I be screaming, come on, Boo. That's why I be screaming, come on, Webbie. Because we was trying to take BR to that level. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know what make you decide that. Well, I understand with Boo, because he was going through so much shit. They were trying to throw him away. He was going to end up in Angola if he would have stayed in Baton Rouge. So I guess Webbie took the same heat. But I know one thing, we was trying to do it for BR, man. We had that vibe going. We had them coming out. You know what I'm saying? We had the whole city coming together. It wasn't no violence. You feel me? We was stuck in it, but it wasn't no violence. It was peace. It was music. It was feel good. It was, let me dance with you. Let me dance with you. You want some G shit? Yeah, man. That's what it was, man. It was, you don't want that. Yeah, it was that, bro. They don't understand, especially say, bro, when me and Boo ran, say Big Head, it go down. Bro, when we do that in Baton Rouge, bro, that's that vibe. That's that vibe. I don't take away nothing from no artist that come from Baton Rouge. But one thing you gotta do is conquer Baton Rouge. You can't run from it. You can't just try to do it for your hood, for your set, for your section, because that leaves too much, negativity, too much room for people to hate on you. So you gotta carry everybody. So when you do that, then you done something. When you can carry the city, then you done something. But other than that, they want to just divide and don't conquer. Like I say, you got to unite and conquer. If you can do it by yourself, that's cool too. You just can't run. You just can't give up on the city. You feel me? You got to have everybody, well, not everybody, you got to everybody either love you or hate you that's in music. You feel me? And you got to use your influence for positivity. That's it. That's when you know that you yourself. That's when you know you made it. That's when you know you conquered Baton Rouge. When you can use your influence for just good. Personally, you can be who you want to be. We all different. You feel me? That's your brain. Use it how you want to use it. But when you get that influence, it's the same. Influence is influence. You feel me? So you use that for good.
Appreciate it, Big Head.
Man, like I say, bro, Checkemout TV, I'm comfortable with you, bro. Like, It is what it is. Like, hopefully, we have a whole Checkemout era going on. You feel me?
That's what I'm hoping for.
Because it's solid. That's what it's all about. Somebody who wanna hear the truth, who wanna give the people the info that they need. You feel what I'm saying? Because a lot of people left hanging, and a lot of my people left hanging. Not just hanging without the music. They left hanging without their loved ones. They left hanging financially. You feel me? Like they got a lot of people from my hood that tried the music and lost their life. And they had people believing in them and counting on them and, supporting them, and they lost their life. So, it ain't all good when you hear rap no more. You feel me? They think about that part too. And I'm left to deal with that. I'm left to deal with all the people who say that rap killed my child, or trying to get on, or this situation ain't do shit to help me. Now I gotta look you in the eyes. I gotta look you in the eyes and still try to rap or convince you or say something about this is positive when that happened. Like, I gotta look them people in their eyes, man, and that's why I hope it changed for the better. That's why I hope the unity come in there, because I gotta look them people in their eyes, and I don't mind. But just know when I look them in their eyes, they looking for an explanation. I gotta tell them something. You feel me? Because I'm still pushing the rap thing. Like, I'm still saying, like, this rap can work. So, if they children looking at me or looking at somebody that around me or in my generation saying I want to rap because of that person or because of that person, and then that happened to them, I got to give them an explanation. I got to tell them why that happened, where they went wrong, but even though they don't want to hear it, they want an explanation. You feel me? Like, when they like Liz Robinson, shout out to Liz, like my sister. Like, all she wanted for Louis Badass was what he wanted. Yeah. Like, Louis wanted to rap before Nussie. They cousins, or I know they can because I know him personally. Louis wanted to rap before him. Yeah. Now, Louis used to, from little bitty dude coming up, wanted to rap. And I knew that because every time I saw his mama or every time I saw him, that's what we talked about. We asked how our family was doing, whoop, 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 and then that's what it would come. So when his big break come, his big record go to spinning on the radio, his big deal come, everything happen like it's supposed to happen, and you lose your child, you wondering like, what all them years I put in trying to support him, was it my fault? No, it wasn't your fault, Liz. You know, like it wasn't your fault, it wasn't my fault, but we need explanations. Like these people need explanations why the rap game is killing their children. When it's supposed to be music, it's supposed to be another alternative because he can't play basketball or he can't play football. Like, why does he have to go off and get killed? Man, it don't gotta be like that. But we gotta change that. We, like the people with the influence that's influencing the rappers, we gotta change that. We gotta take that and curve that and let them know that this is beneficial. You can help your family with this. Because if like I say, if you going through the build-up process and you know that you got to crawl before you walk before you fly, then you fly till you die. But you know the process. You realize like if you die somewhere in between the process, you ain't complete your mission. You can't help your family. You can't do none of that. And you left your obligations hanging, so you can't expect the people who invested in your child to say, I owe you, because they done lost out on their investment. So that's just a lose-lose. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? So we got to curb that. You know, like too many talent, and I know some of them brought inspired. Like I know I inspired Reddy. Yeah. You heard me? Rest in peace, young Reddy. And I'm just bringing him up because I know I inspired him. And that man gone. You heard me? Like had talent, and it's many more. I'm just not gonna sit up here and go down the list because you know that'll take all night. Yeah. But I think about these people's families. They sisters, brothers, sons, daughters, mothers that I run across in the streets on social media, whatever, they still need their answers. Because they thought that this situation was finna work out. Like I say, my whole neighborhood still tripping like, damn, fat. You was Jesus to uptown Southside Baton Rouge. Between all the people that you was kin to, and all the people you were friend to, yeah. Man, that man was like Jesus in my hood, bro. Them people want answers. When I go around there, like, even though like my situation with Trill was finished before that his tragic situation, like they look at me crazy. You know, I don't know, you know, like, but I know because they blame the music. They blame the notoriety and the fame and the drive that you have to be the most elite rapper or the most bread. Once you get caught up in that, you in it, bro. And like these people need answers, bro. And the only thing I can say is, like, at least with the tragic situation with Alton Sterling, bro, at least his children, his family, gonna get blessed, bro. You feel me? They can make a difference. They can make a change. You feel me? They can aim to where, you know, they make the situation about police brutality and killing people. They can make that work. Mm-hmm. You know, they can make a difference. But, you know, the ones in the music, and they die, they might get some likes or some posts, or their song might, you know, go viral online, but that's it. They people go back to the struggle. So, you know, think about that. Before you crash out or before you get part in the music, keep in mind you got in it for your family, man. To take care of your family. Not just be a big star, not to be a hitter. For your family, man. Do it for your family, for your mama, for your daddy, for your brother, for your sister, for your children. You ain't doing it for the neck, bro. Like, secure the bag, man. It's your boy Big Head the Dome Doctor, man. Like I say, y'all stay tuned. That King Suge on the way. Presented by Big Heads of Dome, Dr. 2021. The album No Fucks Given. The gear No Fucks Given. And you know, peace.